What is happening, all you peaceful warriors out there? Range Day Bro back at it again, and today we're gonna be taking a first look / durability test of the Otter Labs Polonium K that you see right here. Let's get into it. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. As you guys just heard in the intro, we're going to be taking a look at this Polonium K from Otter Labs. They did send this thing out to the channel, so full disclosure, big shout out to Otter Labs for sending this thing out. They did see another video on the internet that I'm sure most of you saw of another can I was reviewing, which will remain unnamed, but I'm sure you guys all know, that blew up during my combat loadout test, and the guys over at Otter Labs were like, that sucks and that will not happen with our can. So they were willing to put their money where their mouth is and actually send one out for me to do that test with, which was done right here on this Mark 18. But before we get into too much of the review, let me just first say thank you guys so much for stopping by the channel. If it's your first time here, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you guys want to support the channel, subscribing is a great free way to do that. But if you want to support it monetarily, Brownells is the biggest supporter of the channel right now. So you guys head over to brownells.com and use bro code RDB10. That'll get you guys 10% off of anything on brownells.com of over $150 or more. And then it'll give me a little bit of kickback to help me keep these videos going, pay for my ammunition. So if you're blessed enough, head on over to brownells.com, spend some cash using my discount code. It helps the channel out. But if you're not, just liking or commenting or subscribing is a huge help. So thank you guys for that. All right, guys. So let's talk a little bit about the stats on the Polonium K. Most of you, if you're watching this video, you either A, already have this can, B, you bought this can, you're waiting on it, which is I'm guessing most of you guys, because that's all the suppressor videos I watch or on suppressors I'm waiting on. Kind of gets that itch out of your system watching somebody else shoot it. Or C, you're thinking about buying this can and you want to know what it sounds like, how durable it is, and kind of hear my opinion on it. And again, I'm just one guy, but I'll give you guys my honest opinion. Even though this thing was sent out for free, I'm going to tell you exactly how it is and what I think about it. All right, so this is straight from Otter Labs website. The Polonium series of suppressors are made from H900 heat-treated 17-4 stainless steel and constructed as a CNC welded tubeless design. The length on the Polonium K is 4.8 inches and the weight on the Polonium K is 11.5 ounces with no mount. So that is, I don't know if that's including the direct thread or not, but probably not. The outside diameter is 1.625 inches. So it should fit under most handguards, but some handguards are made for 1.5 inch cans specifically. So keep that in mind if you want to run this recessed. It's full auto rated and it says it is no BS responsible belt fed rated for 16-inch 5.56 belt fed machine guns. Do not exceed 300 round strings of fire. Let it cool down. Okay, so we put that to the test today. We actually took this thing out to the range and we shot our combat loadout test, which is our standard suppressor test moving forward on the channel. That is 210 rounds or 7 full mags through this Mark 18 as fast as possible. And just to keep things consistent, I've been direct threading. If the can has the ability to be direct threaded, obviously cans like the Sandman S require a mount, but if they have the ability to be direct threaded, that is how we're shooting these tests. So let's head on over to the range footage so I can show you guys how it performed. All right, guys, we're gloved up because this thing's gonna get really hot. Even my vertical foregrip got hot last time, so this thing is nice and tight. Let's see how it does. Starting, got one mag in here, and we got 6 more on the table here. So let's see how it does. No interruption. Let me know what your predictions are down in the comment section below. One mag down. Two mags down. Three mags down. Sounds pretty good. Tone's not changing at all. Looks good. Four mags down onto the 5th. It's pretty quiet. Starting to see a few fireballs fly at the end. Onto the 6th mag here. All right, no malfunctions so far. Can doesn't seem to be backing off at all. All my brass is ejecting right about 2 o'clock. Last mag. All right, we had a failure to eject there. All right. Don't walk back. Successfully loaded all, besides one malfunction, which I think is gun related. And you got one more mag here. We got one more. Oh, this one wasn't empty yet. My bad. Okay, looks like we have 3 rounds left in here. Let's finish this thing off. Okay. This round is not safe to shoot. Does not look like it, but the suppressor did great. Can you see that there? Got jammed into the casing there, so definitely not safe to shoot. Some of you guys might say send it, but so 209 rounds, one malfunction. I obviously don't think that was suppressor related, but overall, pretty impressed with the performance. It is smoking hot right now. The gun is very hot, but it handled it extremely well. All right, guys, as you saw from the footage, this thing performed flawlessly from first round to last. It showed no audible signs of tone change without a few pops when we started shooting fireballs a little bit, which is to be expected when you're shooting nonstop. Granted, it was semi-auto. I don't have a machine gun here, but I have no doubt that this thing will perform even with a machine gun. The guys over at Otter Creek Labs really put their cans to the ringer, and they put those videos out. They're very open about that so that you don't have to. We did have one failure to load. It did extract that round, but it got jammed up on the way in, and it actually pushed that bullet back in the casing. So take that for what it's worth. I don't think that was a suppressor-related malfunction. This is the first time I'm running this Sons of Liberty BCG in this Mark 18. I usually have my Dano Defense in here, but it is allocated to another rifle. So take that for what it's worth. We're using Gen 3 PMags on all of our tests. So again, that's just some information for you guys to process. I don't believe it was can related. Was it super gassy? I mean, it's to be expected. It's a traditional baffle stack can. So on a super short gun, I was tearing up a little bit and getting choked with gas, especially after the first 2 mags rather. But overall, the tone, it sounded great, especially all things considered with how short this can is. I mean, I got big hands, but you could see the can is tiny. I mean, for some of you guys, you may call this large. Just ask your wives. They'll say this is huge, but it's pretty small. All right, so for comparison's sake, guys, I have the Sandman K here. A lot of you guys are familiar with the Dead Air series of suppressors. Just to show you guys, I'm gonna set this up against the RIS2 rail here, and that's exactly where the bottom of the Polonium K's mount ends, as you can tell. So you can see it's a little bit shorter than the Sandman K, and it has that built-in, it's a non-removable flash hider front cap, which actually performed really well, all things considered, until, mag number 4, 5, or 6. It's a really reasonably sized can, and I think it performed excellent for the size. It does have a little bit of a larger internal diameter, which I think helps with it being so short, giving it a little bit more girth there, helped keep the sound and the flash down quite a bit. Overall, I'm just really impressed with this. I had a friend recently tell me he's looking into buying one of these, and I told him I had one for review, and he was going to ask my opinion. So what's my opinion? Should you buy this can? If you don't have a K can or you're interested in a K can, I think it's definitely one of the best that I've shot. Now, full disclosure, I haven't shot every K can on the market, but I really enjoyed this thing. I think it performed really well. And for the price point, I think it's a great buy. But if you already have a K can, or if you already have other cans that kind of serve the same purpose, do you need to sell those cans or get this one? I mean, just like with anything, just like anything I review, it's better to buy ammo and to get training and to actually shoot your shit than to just spend more money on more gear. But again, if you don't have a can like this that serves its purpose already, I think it's one of the better options that I've found on the market. I'm really glad I have one, and I'm definitely going to keep this thing. And this whole thing is just an absolute vibe with this Mark 18, the carry handle gang, sound off in the comment section. This thing is just an absolute freaking vibe on here. I'm a huge fan of the way it looks. They're really well known for their welds at Otter Creek Labs, and I like that this company was like, hey, our can won't blow up, and send it out, and they put their money where their mouth is. So that to me says a lot. I'll roll in some footage of what the blast baffle looks like. I took the mount off the back so you guys can see what the damage was, or there really is no damage. There's a lot of caked up carbon in there from obviously mag dumping 210 rounds through it as quickly as possible. I actually only made 209 rounds technically, because that one round was not safe to fire, even though I know all of you out there who say if it seats, it yeets. I'm very happy with the way it performed, guys. I think it's a great overall can for the price. They kind of come in at a really reasonable price point. A really cool can from a really cool company. If you guys are in the market for a K can, I think it does perform more like a full-size can with that internal diameter. and overall just super happy with the way things went down. So we will have a long-term review eventually coming out on this thing once I have enough time behind it. Right now it's at 209 rounds, but we'll do a follow-up maybe for a 2,000 round review follow-up with this thing. So keep an eye out for that video in the future. So what comes in the box, guys? It does come with some pretty badass stickers, but they didn't even make it out of the gun shop because the gunsmiths there were literally nagging me for them. So if you're watching this, Otter Creek, please send me some patches, some stickers, whatever you got, because they were pretty hilarious. And of all the companies I've received stickers and patches from, these were some of the best. That's going to be all for today, guys. One piece of advice that I want to leave you guys with today is don't just follow the status quo. If you feel like something's wrong, stand up and say something. Now more than ever, it's important for leaders to stand up for what they believe in and go against the grain. I've been reading a lot of 1984 by George Orwell, and it's crazy how many things in that book have come true today. It's kind of like I'm reading nonfiction instead of fiction. Just stand up for what you believe in, and if you feel like something's wrong, just know that there's other patriots out there who probably are thinking exactly what you're thinking. They just need that kick in the ass. They need a leader to stand up for what they believe in order to step up and to the plate. So that's going to be all for today, guys. Thank you so much for staying to the end of the video. Once again, if you guys want to support the channel, head over to brownells.com and use bro code RDB10, get you 10% off and supports the channel, as well as liking, commenting, subscribing. All is a huge help, guys. Thank you so much for staying to the end of the video. And until next time, stay safe, stay dangerous. Range J Bro, out.